Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Browns Place. I'm Jeremy,
I'm Ryan.
and today we'll be just talking about all sports and all Hollywood. So
Yeah.
this will be our third episode. Um, so hopefully, like we said before, each one will get better, whether it be editing, whether it be filming, whether it be content. So hopefully, you guys will enjoy. So let's just get right into it. So we got quarter of the season through NFL already.
Yep, already.
Any surprises you got on that so far?
I don't think so. I think it's gone pretty much how we expected it to go.
I didn't
But,
think my Bears would
well,
be 0
Bears are
and 4.
probably worse than they should be. Yeah, that's
I, th-
probably the
I
biggest
thought maybe
surprise.
2 and 2, but not 0 and 4. But
Yeah, they're supposed to be better.
and then they're on primetime TV tomorrow against the Commanders. So
Yeah, that'll be
yeah, it could be
awful.
0 and 5 or it could be 1 and 4. I don't know. So who knows?
Yeah, but I think
Um,
that's the only surprise, though. I don't think there's a whole lot of other
what
surprises.
about Texans? Their quarterback,
CJ, yeah, CJ looks good.
300
Maybe that's a
yards. He's
surprise.
averaging
Yeah,
300 yards and no interceptions.
yeah,
He's the sixth quarterback of, I guess, of all time.
yeah. It's
And
pretty
he's
good
in there
company
with,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
you see that
it's like
company?
Tom and
Yeah,
Aaron. Yeah, it's
Tom
pretty good.
Breeze,
Yeah,
Peyton. Geez, I mean that's just crazy.
yeah. I guess that is a surprise.
So I mean, yeah, I mean that's a surprise. Seahawks, what, 3-1, laid an egg in the first game, and then
I don't know if that's a surprise. They were going to probably be that second best team in that league or in that division.
Giants
Giants, I guess, are
sucking,
pretty bad. Yeah, maybe that's a surprise.
and that
Yeah,
was just a horrible effort on Monday night. That's just
yeah,
got to be that's absolutely pitiful game Monday night.
yeah.
Just
They
a
look bad.
3 points and what 11 sacks. So I mean, it's either the Seahawks defense was that good or the Giants offense is that bad. I think it's probably a combination of both, but I think Giants offense is that bad.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, the Bengals. That's a surprise.
Yeah,
How bad they look
that is a surprise.
on offense, especially. They look awful.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so 40 million for that quarterback for 4 years. Enjoy.
yeah. That's a lot. Well,
Uh,
for who? For
for
the
the
Bengals or
Giants,
Giants? Yeah,
I
Giants.
think
Yeah,
Bengals.
I think Joe Burrow will be
I
fine.
think if he's
Yeah.
healthy, I think he'll be fine. I just
Yeah, but I think there's bigger issues than that calf right now. That offense is in whole is in shambles.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a calf issue and that's his leg, and he's a mobile quarterback, I mean,
I don't
it
think
kind of
he's really a
limits you a
mobile quarterback
little,
though. He just needs to throw the ball.
huh?
But I mean,
True.
Titans were all over him though. They were
Yeah,
just rocking him. So
maybe it's an O line thing or something. I don't know.
I don't know. The offense looks bad though. They
Well,
better
there's a lot
figure
of
it
O
out.
lines that look bad. Chicago, New York,
Yeah, yeah.
Cincinnati. So yeah, it could be all over the
What
place.
about
But
Zach Wilson?
I'm
What a
not, I'm not
baller!
buying it.
What a
Come
baller!
on, man.
Outplayed Pat?
No, I mean,
No, I don't buy it
I
either.
don't buy it. We'll see what happens next week. See
Yeah,
if he survives.
yeah.
Um, what coach gave him the blessing, but I don't know. I think that's a game by game
I
blessing.
mean, they still lost,
What about
and it's
Mac
still.
Jones and Patriots?
Yeah, I'm not really surprised by that. They're
No,
so flip floppy with that. I mean, it happened last season too. They were flipping him around,
it's
and he
just
was
that you
good,
don't
he was bad, he was good, he was bad. There's no consistency with him.
you don't expect it with under Bill.
Yeah,
I mean maybe it was just standards are too high right now, but I mean, it's
yeah.
just that's not something that you would expect out of that quarter or out of that system at
No,
least.
kind of figured that they would be struggling in that division, though. I mean, that division's tough.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a tough division.
yeah.
Bills, Dolphins, Jets.
The Dolphins put up a ton of points. Bills put up a ton of
Yeah,
points. So yeah, you knew those two were going to be the two front runners. So
yeah,
definitely. So, um, did you want to do picks or we want to do
yeah.
picks?
Let's go over
Yeah,
our
let's do
picks.
picks. We'll do picks real quick, and then we'll move on. So this week we got right now just standings. Ryan is at 40 wins, and I am at 29 wins. So
Let's blow up.
I am falling far behind. So all right, you got Bears and Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Yeah, what a jackass.
No offense to you there.
Yeah.
Gotta go Commanders.
All right, Jags and Bills.
Bills.
Okay.
They looked pretty dominant last week against the Dolphins.
Saints and Patriots.
Saints.
Okay. Titans and Colts.
Titans.
Ravens and Steelers.
Ravens.
Steelers looked bad last
They
week.
do.
That and that was after they beat the Raiders. I
Yeah,
thought
they
they would
still look
have
bad.
had some momentum, and I picked them last week, and they just killed me.
Kenny might
So
not play either.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, did what was his final evaluation on that?
I think it's just like a sprain knee.
Just a
It's not that
sprain.
bad. I don't
Oh,
think it's like a
okay. All
tear or
right.
anything. Yeah.
Panthers, Lions,
Lions.
Texans, Falcons. You buying
Texans.
it?
I think I'm going
Yeah,
Texans. Yeah, yeah.
that's what I did
It's a better
too.
offense. I'm
I
going
bought
Texans.
I bought that one. Giants, Dolphins,
Dolphins.
Bengals, Cardinals.
Uh,
I'll tell you who I
I'm
picked
gonna
after.
go Cards. I
That's
think. I
exactly
think
who
I'm gonna
I
go Cards.
picked.
They're playing tough,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go
I mean
Cards.
they I mean
Bengals are not playing
they
tough, but
stuck with the Niners for somewhat.
for
I
three
mean,
quarters,
yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
yeah.
they were in that.
I mean, it wasn't a blowout, so I mean, they could have just folded it up
No,
and
I mean it
yeah,
escalated at the end,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was it was a match.
Eagles and Rams.
Eagles,
Okay. Chiefs, Jets and Broncos.
Jets.
Okay. I went Broncos on that one just because I'm not a Zach fan, and
I'm not a Zach fan either, but I don't like
it's in
the
Denver,
Broncos are
so
pretty bad too.
yeah.
So
Chiefs and Vikings.
Chiefs.
Cowboys and Niners. We know who's gonna.
Niners,
Yeah. Okay. And
Niners.
then Packers at Raiders.
Packers.
Okay. So we almost picked identical teams. I think we're off by maybe two or three, so I'm not going to be
Okay.
able to gain too much ground on this one. So biggest thing is I just can't lose any more ground. So 11 behind, so that's going to hurt. So
Yeah.
all right, now I think
What do
is
you
when you
expect?
start evaluating teams. Though I
Yeah,
mean,
now is where
yeah, I mean,
you'll see who's the
you
real
know,
deal and who's not
yeah.
start to happen. Yeah.
So you get those first few weeks out of there, and the regulars are playing and
Yeah.
everything like that. So college football, any big news on that one? I mean,
No, I mean
you got your,
Georgia's still dominating. Yeah.
Georgia, Michigan, Texas, Ohio State, Florida State, Penn State,
Yeah.
Washington, Oregon, USC, and then Notre Dame. So that's your rounding your top 10. We
I
talked
mean,
about this last time, but Alabama,
just them being out of the
cre-
top 10
but
still,
they're
but they're
creeping
creeping
back
back.
in there. They're
Creeping back.
they're
Yeah.
at 11. They're at the
Can't
window
really you
looking
can't
in.
really count them out, but I mean it's still Georgia's.
Yeah, I think it's still,
Still Georgia's conference.
Georgia,
Or
Michigan. I think those are,
yeah.
Texas too. So, and what about Prime? Are we done with Prime and
No,
Shadur and all that?
I mean
And
they played well last week going against USC. I mean USC was always a better team. Caleb Williams probably first overall, but they played well. But I mean 2 weeks in a
it
row,
was two top 10
two
teams in a
losses against
row.
two top
So
teams. That was
yeah,
your
yeah,
time to prove it,
yeah.
and that was
It is an improvement from last year. So you got to give them that.
in just about
So
every way. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So high powered offense. Probably needs to play a little more defense, somewhat, but again, they're playing some pretty tough teams.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
all right, that's it for football. What about MLB?
Showtime.
Season's finally over. Thank God. I
Yeah.
don't have to watch any more bad baseball that I'm rooting for.
Neither of us. Yeah.
Um, just you can't go 7-15. That's just that.
Yeah.
Someone's got to lose their job. I love David Ross, and you know, he's a Cub, and he'll be a Cub forever. But you
Well,
just,
someone's got to take a fall.
yeah, you can't go 7-15 down the stretch,
I
and
mean, somebody's
especially
got
when
to take a
you're,
fall.
game and a half from the division. You were a half game out of the wild card for the first spot, and then you go 7-15, and now you're not even in it. So that's
Yeah.
just
It was
horrible,
an ugly 7-15 too. You played real
horrible,
bad baseball.
bad baseball. Some bad baseball today on the wild card too.
Oh yeah, with the
Um,
Rays.
so you got
Yeah.
wild card, you got D-backs and Brewers. D-backs, is that
That
surprising
was a surprise
against
against
Corbin
Corbin.
Burns?
Yeah, that was a surprise. I did
Yeah, I
not have
mean
them winning that game.
they hit 3 home runs against them, and then yeah, I would. They're saying that because of the Brandon Woodruff, that team is just down, and that just threw them all off.
Yeah, but you still have Corbin.
I
I mean, that
I
should be
know,
enough.
yeah, I
And that
know.
place was
I
loud
mean,
too. So
that's you're at home, and
I don't know. You gotta finish that job. Corbin's got to pitch better,
so
and you got to hit better because that was a bullpen game.
Yeah.
the D-backs. I
Yeah.
mean, Gallen didn't go, Kelly didn't go, so
That's the thing, and they didn't even go.
yeah,
So I
those guys
mean,
didn't even pitch yet. So
yeah.
you should have
So
won
they're
that
already
game.
up one, and it's best out of
Best of
three.
three.
So
Yeah,
they only have to win one more.
yeah.
So if you throw Gallon in there, one of
And you're
those
not
guys,
facing Woody.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
I
gonna
don't
be a
know who's
problem.
pitching next tomorrow for Brewers. If it's going to be
Probably
Peralta,
Peralta,
probably.
probably Freddie. I would
That's what I
assume
would think.
Freddie.
So, and then Marlins and Phils. Any surprise on that one? Phils won that one
Uh,
4-1.
no, I kind of think the Phillies are gonna pull away with this one. They're
Yeah, I
at
mean
home,
that's just at home. That crowd is pretty tough. I just,
and Wheeler dominated. Yeah,
I mean they both pitch pretty well, but it's just
but Philly's got a bigger offense, and they're at
yeah,
home. That's always gonna push them through.
yeah. Marlins just kind of looked outmanned on that one.
Yeah.
So, and then you had Rangers and Tampa Bay. Rangers 4-0
It was
at Tampa
surprising.
Bay.
Yeah, it was surprising in the sense I think the Rangers can win it. I think just how they won it, being so sloppy from Tampa Bay was a surprise.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the better
4 errors.
teams,
Yeah,
better disciplined teams. But you have 4 errors in a playoff game when it's only a 3-game series.
yeah.
I mean, 2 out of 3 and you're
They
done.
were all costly too.
Yeah,
They
I
all
mean
cost
you
runs.
can't
Yeah.
be playing bad baseball. Trust me, I've seen it. But yeah, you can't do that in the wild card series. There's just no way.
And you're at home too. Yeah,
Yeah,
you shouldn't be
yeah.
doing that.
I mean,
And your ace is on the
if you got
mound.
a 7-game series, maybe you could do it, but you have a little more room to play with. But not when you have a 2 out of 3.
Yeah, now it's do or die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you got to win next 2. So,
yeah. Gotta close
um,
out.
good thing is that they're going to be at home for the next 2. But that is with the wild card. The home teams, that's their whole series, so they're all at home. So, I mean, they
Yeah.
do have the advantage. What about Toronto and Minnesota?
Yeah. Surprised by Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Gossman pitched pretty good, I thought, but he just
Royce Lewis got the best of him.
one guy got
One
him.
rookie. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't even Minnesota. I guess Royce Lewis versus
Just Goss.
Toronto.
Yeah, that's the only thing is
Yeah.
that's why I think Toronto still pulls away because it was just one guy.
Yeah, I mean
I
he
don't
had
know
2 home runs and 3 RBIs.
how sustainable that is,
So
but they only got to do it one more time. So
yeah, I mean
and then you're solid.
who knows? You get a scrappy game, and that's a good thing about baseball. You still got to play the game.
Yeah, and then they
So
got Sonny.
yeah,
I
Sunny
think
tomorrow.
it's Sonny
Yeah,
versus what is it, Bassett probably.
yeah. So
So that's gonna be tough.
that could, yeah. I mean,
They could close it out.
I could see all those games. The winner that won today being
Being
done
closed out
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean that would be pretty quick. And then I don't think the first round starts until Saturday. I think. I know the National League starts Saturday, so I don't know if they both start Saturday. Um,
Is it? Feels like a
Probably
long-
because today Wednesday, Thursday, day off Friday, and then
Oh
probably
yeah,
both
okay.
Saturday.
Yeah,
So
probably
that would
Saturday.
probably make sense. So okay. All right, so that's it for baseball. What about Solheim Cup? We haven't talked. We got some golf to talk about because Europe just kicked our ass
In both.
in women's
Yeah.
and men's.
In both.
So Solheim Cup, we talked about it prior, but a 14-14 tie,
And they lost, which is gross. I hate that. I hate that it
and
ended up like that.
yeah, I don't like the 14-14 tie, but
But the U.S. was up.
yeah, you don't have to lose a match. Nelly, come on.
Yeah, Nelly lost. Big stars
But
lost.
Nelly was playing against Saganda,
No.
who she's pretty good
Yeah, she's not bad.
in in Spain.
In Spain, yeah.
That's so I mean that's her home. So I mean that's yeah.
But there was a reason for that matchup.
Yeah. No, I mean you get
It's like
one
our best, your
versus one.
best. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So yeah, the Sunday singles they were what 5-5-2 half.
That's not good.
So Rosang, she didn't win hers.
Charlie Hole didn't win though.
Lexi did. Lexi won hers, which was good.
And Danielle King, I think.
Danielle
won hers,
King
yeah.
won hers. So, Allison Carpuz, she didn't win hers. So,
Okay.
but yeah, the 14-14 tie. So then Cup stays with Europe on that one. So,
Yeah, it was an ugly one.
yeah. So,
But not as
and
ugly
especially
as...
when they were up.
Yeah, they were up after what, first 2 days?
first day they were up.
First
Or
day
the
they were
first
up.
morning they were up 4-zip.
Yeah, and then it
So
was 5-3
yeah,
after a whole first day
yeah,
after the
because
afternoons
Lexi
too.
had that shank on Saturday, so it's just
Yeah,
yeah. Um, but yeah, they didn't do enough to win on that one. So,
no,
um, but there wasn't any controversy either, and there wasn't any feistiness like what we saw.
no,
Now
not like what
switching
we
over to
saw. Not
the
like what we
men's
saw at
Ryder
Riders.
Cup. What do you think?
I loved it. I thought
So
it was great golf.
it ended up being 16 and a half Europe to 11 and a half
Yeah, no, it was a
USA.
smoke show.
So I mean, they were just
But they
throttled.
came out so flat, and it was just already ugly.
But I mean,
And they tried to battle back in the afternoon, and Europe did not go away. It
Europe
was
was
so
over
bad.
there 5 weeks ago, and they've been practicing.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And Rory was just in the Irish Open 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
didn't know
those
that.
guys have been playing.
I didn't know that the U.S. were just taking 5 weeks off.
Our guys are taking 5 weeks off, doing a show at Tiger on a range, and then doing little vacations and stuff like that.
I did not know there was a 5 week vacation.
It's the Ryder Cup. It's not
Yeah,
like
you gotta
just
prep.
the Texas Open.
Yeah, no, you
you
gotta
know,
prep.
this is Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest honor in golf.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot have 5 weeks off, or even say if you took 3 weeks off. That's still you got that other
No, you gotta
team
prep.
5 weeks, spending all 5 weeks together over there practicing,
Yeah, you gotta be
and it
ready to
showed.
go. Yeah, oh, it showed big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
because
That first day
I
was
mean, yeah,
awful.
after day one, it's just like
It was
Jesus,
awful.
you
Yeah,
know.
and that totally they couldn't catch up from that.
No, it was just absolutely horrible. Do you like the feistiness?
Yeah,
The feistiness with Rory. I mean, do you want to see a bunch of white guys getting into a fight? A bunch of rich white guys getting
bunch
into
of
a fight?
golfers too.
Are they actually going to fight, or are they going to push, or are they
No,
going
I
to,
mean it's just gonna be a scream
someone's going to
fest.
hold them
Yeah,
back, and there's going to be
and
fingers
nobody's fighting.
pointing,
But I
and
think it's good for the game.
the feistiness?
I think it draws viewers. It wasn't like it was all golf related stuff for the most part too. You know,
True. I mean, you had Rory with Joe having a
Roy with
beef with
Joe.
Joe. Then
Yeah,
Rory had a beef with Bones,
yeah,
who's supposed to be like the nicest guy in the world.
yeah,
And then you had Brooks and Rombo.
yeah. Going
You
back and
know,
forth.
Brooks didn't like Rombo's behavior out on the course, and called him out on it. And
Rombo
Rombo,
kept his cool. He
yeah,
didn't care.
but Rombo, in the press, he's like, yeah, you know what? I don't act sometimes on the course. I don't act that well.
Yeah, he kept his cool. He
he's
didn't. He didn't feed
he's
into
like,
it.
yeah, if there's, I'll hit it or whatever.
Yeah,
But again, we play golf. We get mad, and we're not even at that level.
I'm
So
mad for 18 holes.
yeah. So, but I don't know if I like the feistiness. I like because a lot of these guys are
Oh,
friends.
yeah, but you got to
Like
separate.
like like Rory and Joe.
Yeah,
Rory and Tiger are close friends. That means Joe's been around Rory just as much.
yeah, but
So
you got to separate. You can't
so
always
there's
be
no personal.
friends.
It's just
Yeah,
it
no,
was
you
in the
got
heat
to.
of the
You're
moment.
in there to kill. Yeah.
And then was Joe in the right or was Joe in the wrong for even
No, Joe
being?
was absolutely in the wrong.
So
He
he
should
shouldn't
have
have
had
even been
nothing to do
anywhere
with that.
on
No,
there.
yeah, he's a caddy.
Yeah,
He should have been nowhere near any
I
of that.
kind of agree on
Yeah,
that
no.
one. I mean, you just you know
Joe was completely in the wrong.
the crowd's on you, and I don't know if he did it on purpose. I think it was just more of the crowd was just getting on him.
Crowd got under their skin for sure, but also you can do those actions waving the hat around off to the side away from the play.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't.
And then when Rory asks you to move and then you bark back at him and you're talking to him, you have no business doing that. You
No,
should
I
not
mean
be
I
anywhere
agree.
near
There's
that.
still the golf etiquette, and there's still the
Yeah.
professionalism, and yeah, I would say probably looking at the replaying that what I saw,
Yeah, Joe
Joe
had
was
no business
probably
being in there.
yeah he
Yeah.
shouldn't have been that close at all.
No, had no
So
business being in there.
so feistiness, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with it because it's in the heat of the moment. You're wanting to win. You're doing what you can, but it also kind of makes them look like sore losers too, though. That's what
No,
the
because I
U.S.
think it's different because I'd say, I mean, apart from Brooks and Rombo, that little beef. The feistiness came after the U.S. won that day.
Mm,
You know, they
true.
came in, they won that day, they played well. Finally, they needed to because they were
Yeah.
going to lose on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's really, sore loser. And then after when they lost, there was no
Yeah.
beef or anything like that.
And then there's the hat gate. What's with the hat
I don't
gate?
know. I think that's just a waste. Just a
It's
waste of our
it's a
time.
waste, but I mean, do we really care if they're wearing a hat or
I
not?
couldn't care less.
I don't care either.
Couldn't care less.
And I posted, check out my YouTube channel at T Flip Golf, and I posted a thing today, and it's real quick. It's only like 40 seconds long, but it is people with professional golfers with hats and without hats. Do you know Rory doesn't in in the Ryder Cup he doesn't wear a hat because his head's so small, I guess, that they would have to make a custom hat. That's what he said.
But he's still wearing one.
So,
Still wore one
you
during
know,
this Ryder Cup.
Cantley didn't wear his. I just don't think it's a huge thing. I think there's some people that need to wear a hat all the time, or they don't ever wear a hat, and that would be like Stuart Sink and Jim Furyk, because
Well, I think the whole
their hat
issue.
tan is just absolutely
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, I think the big thing with the whole reason they even wear hats on tour is because of the sponsorships.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would wear them in general. I don't think everyone would be wearing them in general if it wasn't for their sponsors. But in terms of the Ryder Cup, I mean, the whole point of Patrick not wearing the hat was because he wanted them to get paid. He thought they should be getting paid,
Yeah.
which is
But you knew
weird.
that you knew that going into it.
Yeah, you know what you're doing when you play, when you sign up for it and you get chosen for it, or if you qualify for it,
Yeah.
whatever. You know that you don't get paid.
You
for
could have
it.
had this conversation 5 weeks ago.
And it's a huge, huge honor. I mean, but at the same time, like soccer players, when they go
I don't know.
and play for their national team, they get paid.
True. Yeah.
So it's a little funky. If they got paid for it, I wouldn't care. But them not getting paid for it, I'm not complaining. Patrick Cantley's made millions of dollars throughout his career. He's not.
How much are you going to pay them?
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
So
The hat thing, I don't care if you wear a hat or if you don't
not
wear a
at
hat.
all.
Like me personally, in the summertime, I don't wear a hat just because I don't want the tan line. In the wintertime, I'll wear a hat.
I've gone back and forth. I'll wear a hat. I won't wear a hat.
So, what about the Ricky concession?
Now that was bad. That's really
You
bad.
think it was bad?
I do. You gotta finish that out.
Even though he was,
I don't think he misses
2 foot, 3 foot.
It's a 3-footer downhill though.
You think Tommy Fleetwood's gonna miss?
No, I don't think Tommy
twice.
He only had to miss once.
They would have the hole though, right?
Yeah, but you can have the hole, but you can't lose the hole.
Right.
So they would have still kept going. Granted, he still would have ended up losing.
That's what I think that's what Ricky looked at too. Is like, if you have the hole, we still got 18, and I'm still gonna be.
But you got to. He hit a great wedge shot after going OB when he shouldn't have. He had a great wedge shot, got it in close, and he still had made his putt too.
Yeah, that's
there's that.
That's if Ricky would have made that.
Ricky has to make his putt.
That wasn't an easy
and that's
putt
what
either.
People chirping at him. So I don't know about that, but you can't lose like that.
I just don't think Tommy Fleetwood's going to miss 2 putts.
I don't think so either.
From that distance.
Well, again, he'd only have to miss one. But I don't think you lose it like that. I think you got to know the situation and say, all right, he drains it, that's that, then that's that. There's no controversy then.
So what if it was flipped on the other side? What if Europe was further away and Ricky was inside? Would you expect Europe to?
No.
So you would expect
Not at
Europe?
All.
So
no.
If the U.S. was pissed off that Europe didn't give it to them, if it was
no, you finish. You got to finish the game.
Right.
Yeah, you got to finish it.
It's weird. Like summer. I guess it depends on the score. I guess where you're at.
Yeah.
But again, look at the final score.
Yeah, no,
16.5 to 11 and a half.
Jordan played awful. Scotty played awful. No.
Oh, Scotty played absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't just. It wasn't just that.
And on their Sunday round, it was 5-5-2.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was the same as the women's. It was 5-5-2. So it wasn't. I mean, they had to go 10-0-2 to have won
Yeah.
that.
No,
So
it was a
that's
disaster.
why I don't think the concession. I don't think you can blame Ricky on that one so much,
No,
just
I don't
because.
think it's
I
Ricky's
mean,
fault that they lost.
if that was like the last match,
Yeah,
and
no,
that
that's a
was to
different
win or
story.
lose the
Yeah, that's a
Ryder
different
Cup,
story.
then yeah, that's a whole different story. And you definitely, whether it be a foot or 6 inches, you're putting that no
Yeah,
matter
it's a
what.
different story, but
But
you still can't go down like that. You have to let him finish the job. You and also as Tommy, you'd want to make the putt to close it
do you think
out.
he was surprised about that?
Tommy,
Yeah,
I'm sure he probably was surprised by that. I'm sure he's probably happier than ever, but I think
because even the announcers, they were talking, oh, you got to make him putt this, and then they're like, oh my god, you
yeah,
know.
I think you got
So
to. I think any one of those players probably want to finish the job. That's how you ideally would want to win. Because then there's none of this talk.
but
We don't have this
if
conversation.
you're Tommy and Ricky says no, you need to putt that, you drain it, and you're Tommy, you look back at Ricky and say,
No, because I think you
no,
know the situation.
okay.
You got to again. It's not
As
like
feisty that it
it
was,
wasn't a tap in.
no, it wasn't a
That was a
tap in.
downhill 3-footer knee knocker that I don't think he's missing. Probably 99 out of 100 he makes that putt, but you got to finish it out, and you got to let him finish it out too.
Mm.
No, I don't agree. I did not like Ricky. I was watching. I was shocked that you did that.
I was I was okay with it actually, just
No, I think that's crazy.
because I just didn't think it made a it wasn't a make or break on it. So that's
No, I don't think it had an
you
impact
know,
on whether or not they were going to win.
but
But still,
what about the captains? Was Zach Johnson the right captain?
no, I think clearly he was not. I think it was clear as day.
And
How
then
do you?
he came out and said that he didn't tell Jordan Spieth to switch clubs. He says
That's what he said, but
he
I
says
mean,
he gives the players the information, but
yeah,
he doesn't tell them which club to hit.
based off of what I saw, it looked clear as day that he was telling Jordan not to hit that driver.
But okay, but if you're Jordan Spieth and you're the caddy,
Yeah, why you listen to him? But also, how do you not listen to your cap?
you're playing your own game, though. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
if I know that I can hit the driver, I'm gonna make it.
But
I'm
regardless
not
of
gonna get
that,
talked down from it,
yeah,
though.
regardless of that though, why are you letting your team take 5 weeks off and not letting
No,
them prep and be prepared?
I
And it
agree.
goes to the vice captains too.
Oh yeah,
Freddie
yeah,
Couples, Jim Furyk, they've
yeah.
all been there
All those
plenty of
guys,
times. Yeah.
they should have been over there 5 weeks ago. No distractions, you know.
No, get locked in, get ready
Yeah.
to go. Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
they didn't. I don't think they treated it as as high of a priority as they should have.
No.
But who knows?
And who's going to be the captain there?
I think it's either who knows what Phil if Phil's back in the good graces, but
I
I
don't think
think
Phil will ever be
I
back.
think it's got to be Tiger, right?
That's who I think it should be. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever be Phil just because of the gambling issue and the live golf thing.
Yeah, but
I think
even
Phil's.
with the leagues forming back together and
Yeah, but now
Brooks
there's the gambling thing
Brooks
too.
taking pictures with the
Yeah, all the
non-live
smash.
guys
Yeah.
saying, you know, sorry Matt Wolf and sorry Chase, but you're out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I would boot them too
Yeah, I mean,
for
yeah,
Homa and everyone else,
yeah, you
but
have Homa, Sam
Colin,
Burns.
yeah,
So it's like, eh. But I mean, Homa was the only one that played good that week.
for US, yeah,
Yeah.
he played great. He was.
So if Tiger was there and you're still taking 5 weeks off, does it matter?
I don't think Tiger lets them take 5 weeks off.
I wonder what Tiger said to those guys when he arrived Saturday afternoon.
Did he? Because I saw that video too, but was it for sure that he came in? Because I didn't see
That's
him
what
or
it
hear
said. That's
anything
what I
else
saw
about it.
that it said.
I saw that
He
little video,
just
but was it
arrived
like
in,
a joke
yeah,
video or something? It could have been
I don't know,
because I didn't see anything about him
on
when they were
Sunday or anything
during
like
like the
that.
coverage.
Yeah.
There was nothing about Tiger. So yeah,
Well, maybe he, out of respect for Zach Johnson and the captains and the vice captains,
maybe he was not part of the crew. So
maybe he was like, I'm not going to get involved in it since I'm not, a
officially
captain
part of
or
it.
a vice captain. Why step on their toes?
So
Which, you know,
makes sense.
yeah,
But I think next time he needs to be involved somehow. I think even if you don't make him the captain, he needs to be a vice captain for sure.
yeah, yeah. definitely. So, oh, there was one. Oh, we can talk about in this segment because there was one thing I wanted to talk about in the
Whole thing that you're excited
Hollywood.
about. Oh, I know what
T
you're talking about.
Swifty and Travis Kelsey.
Yeah,
Are you digging that, or what are you thinking?
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I don't really care, to be honest, but I mean, I have no ties to either of them in regards to, you know,
Does that bring in more fans to football because Swifties follow?
I don't know if it brings in more fans. I think
Would Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively be at that football game if T Swifty wasn't there?
probably not. But I mean, they might because who doesn't want to go see the, Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Yeah,
Probably want to go see them, but and it's in New York.
yeah, New York. I
But
mean,
I don't know, probably not. But I have no problems with it. I do hate
what about like the
like
coverage of it and all
yeah, I'm getting a little
the
tired of seeing
spotlight
all
of
the like we're Taylor Swift has accomplished more than a ton for in regards to the music industry. She should have her own shine in that regards.
well, it's not
And
like you would see Kelsey on stage for one of her concerts, right?
right, I think the big thing for me is like people are saying Travis Kelsey, would be unknown if it wasn't for Taylor Swift.
Well,
Let's not get
yeah,
talking about one of the best tight ends ever.
that's
Let's not
just
get out of pocket
that's
here.
just
I think
stupid
that's
talk.
crazy.
But I think it's
But
I don't think it hurts his brand either, though.
no, clearly not. I see him everywhere
Yeah,
now.
now he's doing commercials, and his mom's got a podcast, and
Yeah, he's everywhere.
she's going everywhere, and she's in the booth with
With Taylor,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift. So I mean,
But no,
yeah,
I mean, I have no problem. I don't care. Like, I think it's cool.
but it doesn't take away from. It's not a distraction for the team.
No. I think when you're experienced, you got 2 Super Bowls, and you have Andy Reid and good leadership. I don't think it distracts people.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
I think for a team like that, you stay pretty level headed and focused, and they still win. So
Yeah, they still win. So, and he didn't even have that great of a game that
no, they
night.
kind of locked him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything.
So, um, we'll see how it goes. I mean,
I have no problem with it.
you
I can
know,
see myself getting sick of hearing about it,
that's
but
probably the one thing. I mean, when that's one of the headlines of is Taylor Swift at the game, like, all
yeah.
right, I don't care if Taylor Swift's at the game or not. I mean,
No, I'm here to
no one
watch the
cared
Chiefs
if
versus the
no one
Bills.
cared if
Yeah,
Giselle was there watching
yeah,
Tom, right?
yeah.
I
She was
mean,
a
you
yeah.
know,
No, nobody ever cares.
they
So
might do a scan of all the stars and all that, but I mean, that's not one of the
like we do a
headlines.
brief thing, but we're not like making a whole thing
But
about it.
no, like NBC is just,
And now it's a
oh
whole
yeah,
thing.
it's
I can
like,
definitely see myself getting annoyed with it. But
yeah.
right
See,
now,
I
like
think that's where I'm at on it too. It's
right
just
now, I'm still enjoying the football.
let's stick to football
Yeah,
and that be secondary, not be Taylor Swift being the primary.
yeah. I do think it's
So
comical, but I'm just, I'm there for the football.
Hollywood news. So that kind of tied into the Hollywood news and the football news on that one. Strike
Strike
for the
over
writers over.
officially,
I
finally.
saw some like Jimmy Kimmel was back on,
Yep, people are back.
live, but then the actors are still on
Yeah, there's
strike.
still a dispute with the actors,
Still
but
the whole AI thing.
yeah, that's still a big issue. But
Yeah,
kind of with the riders falling in,
it'll
everyone is kind of expecting it to kind of
kind
all
of
fall into
all
place
fall
now.
into place.
Yeah,
They said that
it's a big first step.
definitely the actors might last a little longer on that one, but especially with the whole AI thing, they got to figure that
Yeah, it's
out.
crazy. It's still
Um,
crazy, but it's good.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this last time. It's like you got to get those guys into one room and get this thing squared away, and
Yeah,
I think they did the right thing, and whoever did it or
well, it's
whatever
like
is
they've been
just
saying. I mean,
you know
having the riders get finalized, that's gonna start it's
yeah.
gonna start causing a domino effect
As
where
long as we
everyone's
got
just gonna be.
shows to watch and there's entertainment going
Well,
on,
there'll be plenty of
you
entertainment for
know,
us. Yeah,
good time to be a sports fan in the fall. You know,
probably the best time right
yeah,
now.
yeah. You got everything going on. So, you got anything else you want to hit on or discuss?
No, I think we covered the basics.
Yeah, and like I said, hopefully this one was better. Better content, better editing, better speakers. We're trying to get that whole thing figured out and get going. So, figured out the hard drive thing finally. So that was a hassle. So that's all new to us. So like I said, we're we're two guys that have never done this before, so just hang in there with us, and maybe we'll talk about some Sam Sulek stuff here too.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Sam.
everyone's hating on Sam, but I mean, I don't know. He's an entertaining kid.
I don't hate on Sam. Yeah.
So, but all right. If I got nothing else, you got anything else?
I'm good. Yeah. I think that's it. I think
All
that's all
right,
we got.
guys. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Have fun.